chili one, right? Three momos like I experienced is the best in the world. Then I like chapatis, I like parotas, and of course some other menus as well. From your side, since you did hundreds of guests, what are the best menus? People come from different part of the world, from Europe, America to other continents as well. What do they like? Shrija, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Shrija, since you play one of the key roles for food preparation here at Atmashree, could you please tell us what are the principles, guidelines that you follow for preparing food for so many guests?
So those are any fixed principles or anything we follow. The thing is, the first thing we look for to clean the kitchen, we sanitize it because the guests they have that everyone is not they can digest everything. The water we get the mineral water for the guest and for everyone, and for food it's like on daily basis which food is going to be prepared. We're preparing the day for the dinner, like rice. We don't have a fixed principle, which is follow the traditional rules that we have been doing it, and that's how.
So when you plan for the, let's say, today's start day, we had breakfast, it has been great. We'll have lunch and dinner. How do you plan this? Do you plan that for the food menu a day ahead, or is a weekly plan? Or is just in the morning you decide?
Yeah, but sometimes we decide in the morning, sometimes it's planned. We also take the advice from the guests what they are looking for having the dinner who has been are here for a long time. And we ask them if there's any specific food you want to have today, we prepare that. It's not the fixed all the time, but mostly we plan, like today we're gonna make this breakfast, so we got the things already in the kitchen, so we prepare it. And we've got the list of dishes that we make every day, because every day the different dish in Tapestry. You say the breakfast is different on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's different preferred every day. We will make the plan. Also, there's the cleansing. The cleansing practice in yoga that also affects the food in the kitchen, because we can't have this food, any kind of food after the cleansing and before the cleansing. So that also affects the food plan of the kitchen, but it's not every time planned, It's like, okay, let's make this today. Let's check this tomorrow. Okay.
I have been here for last 12, 13 days, and many guests are coming, staying 3, 4, 5 days. Some are staying 1 month, some are staying for 15 days, some are staying for 28 days for the classes, courses. People highly appreciate the food here. I can hear a lot of appreciation from the dining as well when we enjoy the food together. And these tourists, some of them have been in Nepal for last 3 months, 4 months even, and they've been traveling across the world. But why do you think that? What made them appreciate your name, your Cultivating? Of course, I can understand that when you say that we don't prepare for the food menu ahead of time, but for the taste of the food, getting such high appreciation, it cannot just happen randomly. Of course, there are some dedication or some principles you follow. Could you please share with us if it's not that secret for others to follow and copy your food menu?
Yes, great. Thank you for the compliment that we have also been hearing that a lot. And that's a really plus point for Atmashree to grow up. So the food was originally prepared from Sita, the for white.
The main chef.
See, the main person behind all the taste of the food is the original person who had given the taste for Atmashree. She was the one who had been cooking from the beginning of Atmashree till now.
Which is around 7 years?
Which is around 7 years, but for a few months ago we hired some cook and some other people. And they are also following the same principles of Sita, how she used to cook food, so that we can maintain the quality of food as it was before. Because from the beginning, the first thing people come here and say the food is really good. So we had that plus point which we have to be maintained in future as well. So Sita is the one with our magic hands and her traditional way of cooking. We don't use any other chemicals like in the market, in the restaurant. I'm not blaming any of them, but we know they use different masala, different things. We really don't use any of them. The simple thing, a bit of mixed masalas, cumin and corianders, the little bit of turmeric powder and the salt. That's all we use. We don't use some other extra anything. But that's the simple taste of net vegetable that have been having it from a long time. Like in our father, the food in Atmashree is the food I had with my grandma. So that's how it comes from
It came from generation to generation.
We don't modify our.
And as you were talking, that Sita knows from the very beginning that what guests like, right? It has been going on, right?
Yes.
So apparently, the menus or the cooking style, this has been tested with many guests, and that you have been following, right? So could you please tell us that since there is an absolute dedication for preparing this amazing menu and food, what are the most favorite menus that people like? For example, if I may say that I like your momo a lot, 3 types of momo, step momo, then fried one and the chili one, right? 3 momos like I experience is the best in the world. Then I like chapatis, I like parotas, and of course some other menus as him. From your side, since you did hundreds of guests, what are the best menus? People come from different part of the world, from Europe, America to other continents as well. What do they like?
The first is momos. Everyone coming over here, the menus are the best, and then the aloo paratha.
Yes.
So that one is the 2 most favorite things the guests like till now. And the momo in the beginning, we used to just make this steam momo. Once we tried with fried and chili momo and the wheat ball for bread. So we give continuity with the 3 types of momos and the sauce. That's all the guests have been liking till now.
Yes, I remember last time when I came, I experienced steam momo. But this time I found out there are variation, 3 types of momo. How do you decide to bring 3 out of 1?
So when we go out on the restaurants, we tried, we used to have chili momo. So once we felt, why not try in Tapestry? What if people will start liking it then? With just random thoughts, we started like, let's try it today, and the feedbacks were great. We tried once, we tried twice, and no one was saying it's bad. There wasn't any bad compliment for the momo, so we get continued.
So you do not just stick to what you have been making for year after year. You also go out in the market, you try food in the food shop, and whatever the best is, you try out here as well, and you see whether guests like it or not. Right?
True. That's what we do.
Okay. Now, entire process from planning to preparation to making to serving and getting a good appreciation from the guests, there are of course challenges. What are the few challenges that you face to manage this food service?
The challenge is when we have big number of cooks in Atmashree, we have to make a lot of food. That's the challenge, but we really don't take challenge as a challenge.
What do you mean by big number of cooks? How many people?
Like around 30 plus people. That's a bit difficult because in the beginning we didn't hire any extra staff in the Atmashree. It's a family business. Every family member was handling everything of every work of the Atmashree. So when people love food, started having a number of like many more. So we keep on cooking, we keep on serving them, and sometimes there's no food left for our family members that we have to cook some extra food also. So that is the challenge I give, but not the biggest one. We take every challenge as the response,
If I may compliment what Shiza has just said, that here at Atmashree, people who have been serving, they are be the most of the yoga teachers, to the room service, to the food, pick up and drop. Everything is done by their family member. There is a great heart towards serving each and every guest. And as she said that, I can understand sometimes some menus become so delicious, so guests can't stop eating, and as a result, they can't have food, proper food on that day. So, thank you.